Another great day here in Willow Glen. Thanks for tuning in and watching the Willow Glen Brokers Tour meeting. Hey, and on this video, you're going to see that we're going to talk about what went pending for the week, what our statistics are, and what's not yet on that computer. And if you want to jump around and get to your favorite spot, click on the About thing. That's right down here, right underneath this video. Click on the About there. There'll be some blue links. You can click to it. You can just go ahead and jump right to where you want to get to. So thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe and share with friends. Have a wonderful day.
All right, let's get started.
Wow, we're empty today.
Do we have keynote or something? All right. It pessimist complains about the wind. The optimist expects it to change. The realist adjusts the sail. Right? Let's look at what's going on in real estate. So, there hasn't been many articles in the paper. Anybody got anything in the paper? They haven't said anything about us because there's other problems in the world and they've stopped picking on us. So, excuse me?
There was a piece of news today, just now on CBS radio, that said sales finished
Existing homes, month of August, 1.7% over last year.
Dave's stats are better than that.
stats.
The one that gets me is new home starts, right? That seems to be like the great indicator. That was yesterday's. That's like pork belly futures. Who cares? As long as the bacon's on the shelf, right? But the new home starts always seem to be a big number that a lot of people base their predictions off of. And do we really? I mean, Pertner's the only one that really cares about new home starts, right?
No.
No?
I think everybody should.
Everybody should, but they don't. It's like your weight. Who cares, right? Enjoy yourself. But anyway, so yeah, there hasn't been a lot in the news, but when we look at what we really know, and Dave's stats are probably the best information. The news should contact Dave and get his information, because then it'd be more accurate. But when we look at what's happened, we've had a little bit of a slowdown. We had 9 sales last week. Our count is up to 92. I won't say jumped up, but is at 92, which is one of the high marks we've had for several months. And when we look at what's sold, Delmas Avenue, Gaffrey, what was his first? Guy? Was it Guy Gaffrey? That listing that we looked at that we were concerned about, he sold. Gina's, which was the one we looked at about a month ago, next to the new construction there, it went into contract. Santa Lucia went into contract. Those were all pretty significant numbers. Well, Delmas not so much, but the location was something we had a concern about. But 57 days, 76 days for the next two. Houston at $1 million was only on 7 days. Jay's, we looked at last week, we knew it was going to sell right away. La Mirada, that went in 3 days. Let's see, Westwood, 53 days on the market. That's sat there for a while. Custer, Comstock, and Meridian at 126 days. So 9 sales, not a lot going on. If you have something on tour, please make your way down around this side along the bar. There's plenty of room today, so you shouldn't have any problems. But if you have something, get over there so we'll talk. Yep.
Good morning, everybody. My first time here. I have a listing on Coke, 1168, 1.295. We'll be taking a look at that later. And what else do you need from me today?
That's it. If there's anything that you want to say, you can say it at the house too.
Okay, beautiful. See you guys out there.
Okay.
You're
Good
welcome.
morning. I have a lovely 2-bedroom, 1-bath on Everett. Fantastic street. It's got a basement. It's updated in good condition, and you will love it. Thanks.
Good morning. Sean and Sari, Interior Los Gatos. I have an extensively remodeled, beautiful design, all custom home on Kirkland Avenue, 1809 Kirkland Avenue. 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. Bought it for my clients back in January, 1,100 square feet, 2 and 1, and made it a 4, 3.5, 2250, totally custom. You'll love this house. There will be food too. Thank you.
Great, thanks. California. It's a great little house. It's the homeowners have been there for 45 years. And it has a little basement, so please go down there. It is a finished basement on one part. There's a little workshop in the back and a 2-car garage, and the rest of the house you'll see it's very clean as a whistle house. It does have a few issues, roofing and heating and chimney, but otherwise it's a great little house and walk to town. And of course Michigan is also a wonderful house. That one has a nice lot. It has a pool tucked way in the back, which is unusual for that neighborhood, but it's nicely set in the back with a waterfall. And it's in great condition. It does also have a basement. So take a look at that.
Okay, so,
We're in big trouble.
Palm Haven, beautiful, beautiful, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, hasn't been on the market for 32 years, shows beautifully. And the centennial celebration for this wonderful little neighborhood is this Saturday between 12 and 5. And of course, I'm going to have my listing open at that time. So please do come out to the centennial to help celebrate this beautiful little community and see my listing. Thank you.
Good morning, Brett Jennings from Silicon Valley Home. Got an amazing listing. I am particularly biased because it's my own home. But if you do have buyers looking between, say, $840 and $880 or $840 and $900,000, it is it's a single family style, but it's a townhome with townhome convenience. HOA is only $200 a month. It's right over here on Keysland, just off of Hamilton and Meridian. 2,462 square feet, completely remodeled top to bottom. It has an in-law unit that is, the 3rd bedroom can double as an in-law unit, has its own kitchen and its own laundry. Rental income on that downstairs unit can be up to about $1,200 a month. So if it's either going to work as great as a 3-bedroom or for somebody who's looking for something with an in-law unit. So that's last on tour today.
So now let's talk about some stats. Let's look about where we've been going for the last 7 days here in Willow Glen. So to start with, we took up that front page, we averaged it out over $1 million, first time in a while. We're at $1,333. Sorry, I couldn't get that out of my mouth. Last year, this week, we were at $788,822. So quite a difference in regards to the volume of what went pending for the week. And this is exactly why we do our 12-week average. We're pulling ahead of where we were of 2012. And as someone else had mentioned, the national statistic came out today of existing home sales. It was up 1.7% month over month. That's a national statistic. Here we're doing a little bit better than that when we see our 12-week average of 846 versus 927. As we move away from dollars, we kind of had a preview of this on our front page, and that was the units, right? So we were down a lot. We were only at 9 units for the week, which is off of where we usually are, and that's the exact reason, again, that we do that 12-week average, because our 12-week average says that we're doing about 14 units per week in 2013. Now, 2012, a little bit more of a banner year in regards to volume in Willow Glen, because we were averaging about 21. When we look back at 2011, it's about on par with where we were for that when we were averaging 16 for the week. One of the nice things that we have is that our inventory count has actually grown this week, and as you'll see from the front page as well, we're at 92 units compared to last year when we were at 79. I think that helps having a selection for the buyers. Back in 2011, we were at 170. Remember, that started our downturn in inventory back in 2011 when we peaked at about 210, if I remember correctly. We're up 9 for the week, and 1 week does not make a trend, but we'll keep an eye on it, and that's, again, why we do our 12-week average when we're sitting at 84. So as you can see, 92 is a nice pop up in regards to where our inventory levels are. Our 12-week average in 2011 was back at 180, so you can see how it was dropping rapidly in 2011. We're about steady with where we were in 2012 with only 1 less unit on our 12-week average in 2012 versus 2013. Although it didn't show very well this week when we saw our days on market, when we had Meridian Avenues moving up our stats a little bit at 4 months. I know that there are plenty of areas that would love to have a shorter days on market. I had the advantage of spending some time with a friend of mine who's a real estate agent in North Bay. He's in Sonoma County. And he goes, yeah, things are really hot. And I said, well, what does that really mean to you guys? I said, what's your average days on market? He says, oh, it's like 65 days right now. They're moving so quick. So here's ours. We're at 40 for the week, but when we look at our 12-week average, we're at 27. And countywide, we're right around 30 or so. So compared to that North Bay territory where he's at, where he's selling real estate, he's actually Santa Rosa, Sonoma, Windsor, that kind of area. They were about 60 days. So as you can see, we're much lower for our days on market. We're still at a pace of where we were for last year. So even though our amount of pending sales per week is slightly less, we're still doing it faster. So That's some good news. I've got our regular greater San Jose area that I like to share with you. This is areas 1 through 23. The previous stuff that we had in there was just single family only, so now we're going to bring in the class 2, or the condo and townhouse, or condo and PUD to be accurate, into the fold. And the PUDs have really been the ones that have grown a lot in inventory. But I do have them combined here. We're at 1837 for the week of the combined active single-family PUD in 1 through 23, where that's a differential of 437 of where we were this week last year. We went down 2 units for the week, so not that big of a deal, but in all reality, it was the condos that really kind of went up, and the single families went down a little bit for the week. As we move on into the pendings, we're at 1839, about 1,100 difference from where we were in 2012. We were down 38 units for the week. And then the go-to stat, just to kind of get a good feel of where the market is the percentage of what's under contract. Now, as we look at it, we're just under 50% at 49.8 in regards to the availability. And as I always like to say, the opposite of that number, if I'm driving on the street and I'm a buyer and I want to put an offer on, 51.2% of the time, or 50.2, excuse me, percent of the time I can actually put an offer on a house, whereas you go back 1 year ago, only about a third of the time could I do that. And our PUD market, our condo PUD, was at 76 this week last year. We're at right around 50%, so you can see how that's really starting to drop. So if you're bringing in a class 2 on the market, very careful of your pricing, because you're starting to see a flood of inventory. And I really shouldn't say flood, but there's a lot more inventory than there's been in the last 12 months or so in that condo PUD market. Now, I know Mike said that there really wasn't much going on in regards to stuff in the newspaper and stuff, and there actually is when it comes in the world of lending. To start with, over the weekend, actually I should back up a step. Our Fed chair, Ben Bernanke, is ending his term at the end of the year. He'll be someone else will be appointed by our president. There was another gentleman, his last name's Sumner. He said, no, I'm out, I don't want to do it. So this person, Janet Yellen, is the next best candidate for the job, is what people think this is going to be the pick. And the reason why this is important is that rates got better on Monday. Now, they got significantly better yesterday, and we're going to go over that in just about 30 seconds. But that person right there is somebody's name who's going to be in the news if she becomes the first Treasury chairwoman, because it'll be the first time that it will be a woman in that position. And she's a local person. She is used to taught over at Berkeley. She has an economics degree. And basically, she's a dove, as they say. If you're not a dove, you're a hawk. So she's a little bit more conservative. So she wants to kind of make sure the economy is going really strong before they raise rates. So that's good for us in the real estate world, because they'll keep interest rates low. So the other thing that happened is that they decided that they weren't going to taper anything. This is what mortgage-backed securities look like for the last 3 months. And you'll see that the higher it goes, the better the interest rates come. All the way on the right-hand side, there's a big green bar. That's how much the market moved yesterday. You'll see in the top right-hand corner, it says plus 132 points. Now, in general, the market only moves like about 5 or 10 points on a daily basis, sometimes 15, right? When it moves 132, that means rates got a lot better yesterday. And so since I thought that was significant enough to bring up, I went ahead and just wanted to kind of just give you an overview of where rates are, since we don't really do that much at this meeting. But basically, if someone priced a loan in the morning, they price in the afternoon, the rate changed about 0.25%. So these were the rates in the afternoon. So FHA sitting right around 4.25, and that's at 0 points, maybe about 4.5 if you want all the closing costs covered. As you get into the 417 and below, and I'm going to pause there for a second, that's at 4.375. The reason why I want to take that pause is when you hear the national numbers about, oh, rates went up, rates went down, that's the Freddie Mac survey. That comes out weekly. These numbers won't be factored into that until next week. So the general public won't figure out that rates got better until next week. And in all reality, rates could actually be up by next week with different economic news that comes out. But I just wanted to give you guys an understanding of where that rate survey comes from. It comes from Freddie Mac, and they're averaging that 417 and below at 1 point. So as we move into the 625 at 4.5, jumbo at 4 5/8, And for the jumbo people who want a little bit cheaper money, they can go into a 7-year fix at 3 5/8. So hopefully that keeps you up to date going into the weekend of where interest rates are at for your buyers, and you'll like those statistics as well. If you want a copy of it, late this afternoon I will be posting this on Facebook. Of course, you can always do a rewind with the video and watch it on the video if you want to see it presented as well. If you're not on Facebook and you're not on YouTube, you can email me. My email address is coming up right now. I'm going to turn it back on over to Monica, who's going to talk about the not yet ons. Thanks for your attention.
All I just took was my client saying, if you want to sell our house this week, put it on the MLS if you can get an offer. So, I don't know if that's going to happen, but it's on Mildred. It's one that Monica had listed not too long ago. Beautiful 2.5 Spanish style, new construction.
Built by Tom Browning.
Built by Tom Browning. Great location, beautiful home, gourmet kitchen. About $1,490,000 if you have somebody. How big is that lot? Small, big enough,
nice.
Big enough.
Walk to town.
Beautiful 2-car garage, matches the house. So if you have any interest in that, let me know. I'll probably put it on the MLS this afternoon. About $2,500. $4,000. Tell your clients, and we'll just downsize it when they get there.
What'd you say?
$1,490,000.
Oh, okay. So anyways, I just want to talk about 1795 Cottle Avenue. It'll be on the tour next week. Couldn't make it on this week, so if you have any buyers, 5 bedrooms, 4.5 baths, 2 master suites, 1 junior on the bottom level, a full master on the top level, all kinds of amenities, 2,869 square feet, lots of crown molding and coffered ceilings, newly refinished hardwood floors, new paint. I mean, it looks like a 5-star hotel. No need to preview. Intercom system with radio channels in all the rooms. They have special air filtration and system, what do they call them? Humidifier and ionization systems for air filtrations, security systems, front door camera. It's a beautiful home if you have anybody. And it will be on tour next week. $1,699,999.
964 Minnesota. It's the quiet, I think that's the right address. I keep just transposing those numbers. So it's the quiet part of Minnesota between Minnesota and Willow. It backs up to the creek. It's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, 1,309 square feet. $699. I think it'll be ready to go by Monday or Tuesday. They're just clearing it out. Thanks.
Okay, I put one on the market today on Larchwood. It's 5252 Larchwood in Cambrian. It's super, super clean, 3-bedroom, 2-bath house on a nice corner lot, and it's beautifully landscaped. Super clean, new fencing, new landscaping. The gentleman who owns it has just done, you know, like new water systems, new plumbing. Just done a really fine job on kind of fine tuning this house. So if anybody needs anything, it's $729, and that'll be on today.
What street?
It's on Larchwood, 5252 Larchwood. You know, we're off of Meridian.
About 30 days from now, right around the corner here, right off of Blackford on Dolores and Santa Ynez. Brand new construction, 4,100 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 5.5 baths. Price going to be about $1,700,000 to $1,750,000. You know its houses are going to look very similar, although this lot configuration, it is going to have a little bit different floor plan. So anyhow, if you want to buy it, it can be purchased before it ever even hits the MLS. Give me a call, 499-1800.
Well, if we're going to go 30 days out, I'll tell you about Willow Street. I have a little house between Cherry and Glen. It's on Willow. It'll be $739. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, single-story, walk to town. So that'll be on probably in October. Okay? And then I also have one coming up on Norman. It'll be a new construction. That'll be in like the 1st of November. And it'll be a single level. We're going to start going out to 2015. And that'll be a 4-bedroom. If anybody wants in on a new construction, come and talk to me. I have the blueprints and drawings and so forth. So, on Norman. Okay? It's going to be around $1,350,000.
All right, so social events here in Willow Glen. We have Founders Day Parade this weekend, right? 10:30, everybody going to be there?
Yep.
Yeah, everybody's going to be there either in the parade or supporting us along the route, correct? Sammy?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Come check us out.
Excuse me?
Come check us out. The Lions Club will be there.
The Lions Club will be there. Actually, the Lions Club's been doing a lot of great stuff. They've been volunteering and preparing foods, and thank you for that. So we have the Founders Day Parade. Holly has an ice cream eating contest at the Creamery. Meg, what was that you were talking about? The Palm Haven Centennial. right in that little cute little park, right in the middle of Palm Haven. That's going to be a lot of fun. Monica was the first graduating class. She'll be there. I'm coming back.
Give him the hug.
The firefighters are having a car show at Kelly Park. Starts at 3 o'clock. So if you haven't done enough stuff during the day, Kelly Park is having a big car show out there for the firefighter fund. That's from 3 to 8 o'clock. And then next Sunday is the Sereno car show that I'm unfortunately working on. No, I'm happy to do it. Is September 29th. That's going to be at the Elks. That starts at 9 in the morning, and that's benefiting Santa Clara County Search and Rescue. And that's going to be a great event. We've got a lot of good stuff going on. Tomorrow night, Willow Glen High School is playing Saratoga. We're going to hope to win. We won last week, won both games. JV and varsity, thank you. And thank you all for supporting, and all those who are in our program, thank you very much. Things went really well. So, yeah, there's a lot to do this weekend. Anything else coming up, Dave? You got any fun stuff? Ramsey? Who played in the CSR golf tournament last week?
I did.
How was it?
Awesome.
Awesome. That is probably one of the best tournaments out there. Unfortunately, I missed it because still recuperating. That's always a good sign. Anything else going on in our wonderful town we want to talk about? Nora Sandoval always runs a fabulous tour out in the Rose Garden on Wednesdays.
Hey everybody, October 19th and 20th, just a little reminder, the Rose Garden Home Tour sponsored by St. Martin's School will be going on. There's a few people probably in this room at Sereno that are selling tickets. If you're interested, Katie Dukes has them, I can get them. I'm sure Meg Masterson can give you a hand if so inclined to give her a holler. They're about $30 a piece. If you buy them in advance, you can get tickets for the luncheon as well. But it's a great tour. There's going to be 4 or 5 really fabulous homes. It's a really, really fun tour to go on.
And Nora, what do you do on Wednesdays?
Rose Garden Tour, first and third Wednesday of each month. We meet at Donato's Market right on the corner of Bascom and Nagley. Meet at 9:45 a.m. Chat for about 15 minutes, and then we're out the door looking at some cool houses.
All right, Nora, thank you. All right, if that's it, then we're going to wrap things up. We've got some food still left over here. Grab what you want on the way out, make a friend, find somebody to ride with, and we'll see you at the first house.